What is up, guys? I know it's been a long time since you last heard my voice in another video. I know I don't really do commentary anymore. I just slap some random gameplay video. But really, I kind of just want to do something new and just really, I don't know, I guess really, when I upload now, I kind of just want to make, shit where I just talk about stuff, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to name this video, but hey, YOLO, Anyways, so really what I'm just going to talk about is, well, what I've been up to a little quickly is just, well, I'm planning to go to school. I'm going to college, community college exactly. See if I can get a career in web development. Cool. But also what I've been struggling for the past, year or so. Anxiety. Yeah, I don't know if a lot of people know what it is. I don't think too many people go through it. It's one of those things that, we all get butterflies in our stomach and we all don't want to do anything. But guess what happens when you go through it, or when you don't have to go through it? It goes away. But not in my case, and not in many other cases too, for some other people. Sometimes you're worried about too much shit. And I'm talking about, I started getting my sleeps and all that disturbed. I would wake up, my chest is pounding and all that stuff like that. I started freaking out. I didn't know what was happening, and all of a sudden, I was breaking down, I had tears and all that stuff like that, because there's things bothering me. Now, what was bothering me, and what I found out when I was talking about it, well, I don't feel like I'm doing much for myself currently, and I've been taking the steps to, and while that has, subsided for the most part, because I am, and it feels a little bit great, it doesn't take away that feeling that's like you already want to be there. You want to be doing just as well, if not better, than your peers or people your age. And really, I'm fucking it up right now. Well, not really. I'm taking the right steps. But it's kind of like I feel like I'm so behind the ball game. But I'm not going to sit here and deny, look, I'm trying to do things that I can do. And really, I look to making this video because I just wanted to see if there's people out there who probably find this video and they might want to talk about it, maybe in the comments or something like that, I would love to hear other people's experiences, because personally, I'm going to be honest, I don't have any friends who goes through this. At least I don't think that I do, I mean, there's some friends I kind of lost contact with, and some of them I recently talked to a little bit, just a tiny bit. And then I got some friends that I do talk to, but none of them really understands what this is, and none of them really goes through it. And that's okay. There's nothing bad with that. They're cool. It's just like, it'd be nice to have someone who knows, who's been there, It's not something that you really want to talk about so easily, because of the fact that there's so many people nowadays who kind of put that, like, they think they're cool. Like, I have anxiety or depression or whatever it is. And I'm not talking about the memes or the jokes, because I laugh at that shit too. But I'm talking about, you sometimes see, for example, one of those bitches on Instagram or whatever it is, they want to be like, accept me because I have anxiety or something. That's bullshit. They don't go through that. They don't know what the fuck it is, because it's something that me personally, I found it really hard to talk to with anybody about, to feel safe enough to talk about it. Because when that shit really drops on you, you're fucking getting drop kicked out of nowhere, like straight up, like someone just came out of here right now, dropped down like some anime Batman clothes and shit, and was like, "Let's drop kick." I know it sounded like weeby as fuck, but the point I'm trying to say is that shit really drops like a brick out of nowhere. And when you go through it, you feel so helpless, you feel so vulnerable, you don't know what the fuck to do, what to expect, where to go, who to look to. And there's some unfortunate people out there who don't have good family members who care, or who went through that, or who wants to sit there and really understand what is going on with them. Sometimes they tell their kid literally like, hey, you fuck off. That doesn't, actually exist. Luckily for me, I have, family who understands what it is. And I don't want to let them down, because there's some people out there who, yeah, they probably do go through it, like for real. But they sometimes take advantage of their parents or their family, trying to support them. And they won't actually really do too much. Now, not many people are like that. Trust me, I know for a fact that people who go through this, it's hell, and they want to they want to, fix whatever it is. So I know for the most part, for people who actually go through it, are serious about trying to get everything together. But there are some people out there who kind of just throw it out there just for it to look nice. Specifically Instagram thotties or bitches, or whatever you want to call them. But, For people who really go through that shit ain't no joke. And sometimes it might not be somebody, might not be somebody it's easy to spot. You might have somebody who's really cool, they're talkative, they're social, but behind the scenes, you don't know what's going on. It's usually those people that we never suspect that either not only has anxiety, but those who might have depression and actually do something bad. And I feel bad, I feel bad that, we kind of just like, I feel like in today's time, they're trying to talk about it, but it's not really being talked about too much. There's a lot of memes that get made about depression and anxiety, and I'm not here to say don't do that. I think I have kind of like a fucked up sense of humor, so to me, it's my way of coping. I think it's cool to actually, joke about it, but at the same time be aware about it, if that makes any sense. Like if you know somebody going through it, that's not no joke. You should definitely try to help them. But if you're a person like me who kind of just, who kind of just like jokes about it, because I don't know, I do it in the sense that's relatable, but there's some people who take it serious, and I'm totally fine. I understand that. Me, I laugh because I find it funny and relatable, and it just relieves my stress. But everybody's different. But in today's time, pretty much, I just want to say that nobody really gives a fuck. At least in America. Because in America, I feel like, people shove down people's throats about being happy and always smiling and things like that. And in my personal opinion, I don't want to hide and wear a mask. I'm not saying I'm depressed all the time. I'm not saying I'm whatever it is. Most of the time, I just have like a random face. What I mean by that is that it's not like I'm super happy, but I'm not sad or anything. I'm just like, oh, cool, it's another day. I'm chilling. Got my wang out. No, but still, it's just like any other day. So it's not like I'm mad or depressed or anything, but why do I have to smile if I don't feel super happy? You know what I mean? Not that, this country or whatever is exactly like that all the time, but I feel like in a way it plays a part in, why, people are so quick to judge, I guess you could say. Why, if they had a better understanding of things like this, it would go a lot different. I mean, I don't have all the answers, but the only thing I can tell you is that I'm not really too much of a fan of wearing a mask, If I'm not feeling too well, in terms of like I'm under the weather, I usually don't want to go out. Which is a better choice in my opinion. Because you don't want to fucking make someone else's day worse, so it's understandable. But if I'm feeling upset, like I said, I'm not gonna try to hide it. If I feel happy, I'm not gonna try to hide it. I don't know. It's just I guess I just don't really like lying to myself. And I think a lot of people can agree. But anyways, so yeah, I feel like this shit went out of topic, and I kind of forgot what I was talking about other than the anxieties and things like that. But if I didn't mention social anxiety, I have that, but not too much. See, let me tell you a little bit about social anxiety. See, the things I described about when you get a panic attack and you freak out and you cry and all that stuff like that, when shit hits the fan, when it really drops like a brick, when someone pulls that anchor and they're like, heave-ho, or something like that. You see, that could happen in social cases too. But not me personally, but to some people, yeah, it really is that critical. But for me, being around other people, I second guess and think a lot. See, when I'm around other people, there are those who you can see like they're shy and timid, and they stutter, and they just create that awkwardness. And to me, when I see that, I kind of understand them. I feel their pain. In my case, it's not like that. I know how to like play it off smooth, but it's kind of like, sometimes, not only I can't help but second guess what I'm saying and thinking about it, but sometimes there will be awkward moments. But what happens most of the time in my cases, I sound like I'm being a jackass, pretty much. I've been told by some people that I sound very assholey, condescending, sarcastic, unsincere, narcissistic, and all that. And they're doing this all this on like a fucking first impression of me. Now, this happens mostly, with people my age, and, with older people, it's kind of more like the awkwardness, but with younger people, I come off as a dick. But it's kind of like, I'm not trying to, but I don't like small talk and I don't like bullshit, you know? And it isn't like I'm trying to get into a conflict or anything like that. It's kind of like I do my best to ignore them, but sometimes I guess the way I come off is that people just feel some type of way. Like for example, you know, somebody says something or they want to brag about something or whatever the case may be, and you're kind of like, oh yeah, cool. So anyways, blah, blah, blah. You know, I don't know. Like sometimes when you want to ignore somebody and it isn't even like all that much to get upset about, they fucking get triggered. And it's kind of like, well, what the fuck do you want me to do about it? Because, you know, I don't care. It's the honest truth. It's like, you care, but I don't care. And it's kind of like, can you fuck off now? I don't know if it makes any sense, but pretty much it's just like, people tell me that I have like, I don't give a fuck or not caring attitude. And to be honest, it just comes from me feeling like that's not important. So because it's not important, I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I want it to drop. And I don't want to do it just because I, you know, want to be like a dick or something like that. I just want it to drop. And that's the problem, is one thing people don't realize is that it's not easy to not give a fuck. That's probably the hardest thing you can do. It's just more like something that I really feel that isn't important and I want you to drop it. That's where it comes from. But people think I'm just trying to be a dick. And, you know, to me, the person who feels like they're getting on their feelings about it is the one who really thinks too much of themselves, because they obviously want to keep it going. But I don't know. I feel like I rambled off the original topic and things like that. This was supposed to be really about random shit. Now, it's not really supposed to be about anxiety and stuff, but yeah, it's just supposed to be me going off about what I feel, what I've been doing, and things of that sort. A long ass video here, ranting and talking, but hey, maybe some of you guys might like it or get into it. I've been sitting here thinking, what can I say, being a little perfectionist or whatever the case may be, but truth is, just go in there, say what I say, and drop it like a bomb. Because, you know, I would just be adding more stress to myself, erasing and deleting and saying, no, this wasn't good, this and that. It's not a fucking script. But anyways, if there's anything you guys want to share or talk about, or want me to talk about, if you guys are not afraid to, whether it be message me or say it on the comment thing, that's cool. You know, I really want to create something. I really want to try to do this more, and I really want to see if I can get others, you know, who understands and relate to this, that if they want to, you know, I don't know. You get what I'm trying to say, you know, if people want to just, you know, find some support or something like that, I'm here, so, in this channel, so, wiggity woo, dicks out for the jig boo. What the fuck?